All right, DeniseSheldon.net. We're talking about the lies that we continue to tell ourselves to stay comfortable. And so we are definitely talking about what we do today in order to stay comfortable. And that certainly can be a challenge. We tell ourselves these things to remain comfortable. And if we remain comfortable, then we won't move into self-improvement. We don't move into self-development. Hey, Ashley, good morning. How are you, my friend? I hope you had a beautiful Monday. And now we're moving on to Terrific Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed yesterday. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's session. And listen, I just want to give a reminder to those because I know some people are coming in. DeniseSheldon.net. Go there, create an account. I'm going to be putting free resources there. The masterclass is there. Okay, good, Ashley. I'm glad. So these are things that I'm going to be putting out soon. I have it on the side. You can probably see it there, DeniseSheldon.net. Breaking news, that's my website. Please create an account. And then also go to YouTube. Same thing. Create YouTube, DeniseSheldon.net. It's there, right? Follow me those places. And as you follow me, I'm beginning to put content there. And then I have other things coming out, free resources, longer form content, tips and tricks. Those sorts of things are the things that I want to ensure that I give my followers and my viewers, right? So yes, Terrific Tuesday. It is terrific. Look, there's nothing you can do about it. It's going to be terrific. Ashley, there's nothing you can do about it. It is going to be terrific regardless, right? Excuse me. So with that being, oh, thank you so much. So with that being said, the lies we tell ourselves to stay comfortable, and how do we finally break free? The lies we tell ourselves to remain comfortable. We are in our snugly. We are remaining comfortable. But I want to talk to you about some of the people that not only sign up for the class, but also that I talk to on a consistent basis. We're going to talk about that. And these are the top 5 lies that I hear. And the reason I call them lies is because they are limiting beliefs. And the reason, and just to be clear, I had the same lies. Some of these same lies I had. And so with that being said, please feel free to share this out. But these lies that the lies that keep you stuck are the lies that will keep you in your snugly, in Netflix and chill, and you will not make a move. You will not have personal development. You will not have self-improvement, right? So let's talk about it. To be clear, the biggest enemy that we have, and just so you guys know, listen, I have a notebook full of notes, and then I got my TV screen here. So when you see me look down or look up, you know I'm looking at my notes. To be clear, the biggest enemy is not our time. No, it's not time. It is not, quite often it's not money. And quite often it's not motivation. Because we're going to talk about the top five lies. In 2 of these lies, I told myself on a consistent basis, right? But we're talking about the top 5 lies that keep us in our comfort zone. And I know we've all told ourselves, I'll start when the timing is right. That's a huge one. I'll start when the timing is right. To be clear, there's no such thing as the right time. But we're going to dig into that, right? So just to be clear, a transformation that you're looking for does not happen at your convenience. If we're looking for convenience, then I'm the wrong life coach for you. That's really the bottom line. If we're looking for convenience, then you really shouldn't be on this live. Don't follow me. Don't go to DeniseSheldon.net, right? Don't look for more long form content on YouTube. And by the way, if you're here, please go to YouTube, sign up. Please go to my website, sign up. Free resources are there. I'll be putting out more free resources as well. But the top 5 lies that keep you stuck, I don't have enough time. To be clear, we make time for what we want. I'll say that again for the people in the back. We make time for what we want. The real issue really isn't time. It's all about priority. And so if it's about priority, then we need to identify what are our time wasters. Thank you for the hearts. And guys, as you come in, please share this out. We're talking about things that keep us stuck and what we can do to get unstuck, right? Things that move us in the right direction, things that give us, we always have a feedback loop, but these are things that are necessary in order to move us in a direction for a life transformation. As you come in, please feel free to tap the screen. As you tap the screen, you're going to see my likes move from left to right. As they move from left to right, that means that other people will join. Thank you, Ashley, for the likes. I appreciate it, right? We want other people to join. We want them to get the knowledge. We want them to have a transformation as well. First and foremost, I don't have enough time. We need to identify the real time wasters. I'll be on here till about 9 o'clock. And so as I'm on here, we're going to talk about the top 5 things that keep us stuck. And because they're keeping us stuck, we're not able to have a transformation. And we can't have the transformation we want because we're not looking at things from the place of, I want a different experience. We're looking at it from a place of, I just can't do this. And that's a limiting belief. And we don't want to be limited in our beliefs at all, right? So with that being said, you make time for what you want. I don't have enough time is the number one lie I hear. Why is that the number one lie? It is the number one lie because if someone gave you an emergency, and in my mind, personal development is an emergency. But when someone says this is an emergency, it has to happen now, you make time for it. You make time for it. You make time for the things that you want. You make time for things that are actually a time waster. And so with that being said, what I'm helping you to appreciate is, listen, I don't like complex. I told you I like practical, not complex. So let's make this practical, right? Give yourself 5 minutes today, just 5 minutes, and write down at least 2 to 3 things, 2 to 3 things that are distractions that you actually spend time on. 2 to 3, that's it. 2 to 3 things that is a distraction that you actually spend time on, right? Why is that so important? Because as you do that, you will notice, and if you want to get really savvy about it, it keeps you not only accountable, but it helps you to appreciate time. Time, what is your priority? Thank you, Ashley, for that. What is your priority, right? So that's number one. That's the number one lie. I don't have enough time. The 5P transformation talks about that. What does it talk about? Plan and prepare. Those top 2 things. If you're not prepared, then you probably haven't planned. And if you haven't planned, you're not prepared, right? So take a moment, write down 2 to 3 things that keep you distracted today. That's it. Just write it down. Write it down, right? And you'll kind of see how much time you actually spend on distractions. Lie number 2, I have to be motivated to start. I talked about this the other day. Motivation is inconsistent. It's really about feelings. Motivation is inconsistent. It's really about feelings. I told you guys that nothing beats discipline. Nothing beats discipline. Matter of fact, I got a note here. Nothing beats discipline. Why is that so important? Because once you train your mind to be disciplined, then your focus and your efforts bring about you hitting your goal. Hi, Summer. Thank you so much. Yes, discipline brings results more than motivation. I think we talked about this the other day. Why is that so important? Because when we take small baby steps, right? Those small baby steps, even though they may be incremental, and even though you may not think you're making a change, guess what? You're actually making a change. And as you make those small changes, you are hitting goal. And as you're hitting goal, if you continue in that same format, if you continue in that focus, if you continue in those efforts, guess what's going to happen? You will maintain the goal. And as you maintain the goal, it becomes a habit. Right. Let me see. A drip of water on the stone wears it away where a huge rain. So exactly. Thank you, Dale Kelly. Thank you. Right. So when we talk about I have to be motivated, no, learn to be disciplined. Motivation goes on emotions. Discipline is I'm going to do it even though I don't want to. And so while we're all here, thank you guys for joining. While we're all here, please continue to tap your screen, but also go to Danisha. I'm putting my head to the side so you can see this, DanisSheldon.net, and sign up. I will have free resources there. There's a free newsletter there. Yes, be disciplined. Ashley, I was up at 5 a.m. today, on the treadmill at 5:30, shower by 6, right? I'm disciplined. When it does not happen, it feels weird to me. When it does not happen, it feels weird. Why? Because I've wired my mind to be disciplined to get on that treadmill Monday through Friday. If it does not happen, it feels weird. So I stick to the task even though I don't feel like it. Why? Because number one, I don't want to avoid it. Number two, yes, it's a routine. And number three, guess what? It's baked into my memory. So now that it's baked in subconsciously, right? It's there. What happens is when it does not happen, it's weird. My day does not go as expected, at least in my mind, right? And so now I have a routine. So stick to it even when I don't feel like it. Learn how to train your mind. Learn how to train your mind in such a way where you're disciplined. Why is that necessary? Because I want to stick to a task even though I don't feel like it. That means I can maintain the goal. Mindset mastery, that's on the website as well. 30 days to mindset mastery. Why is that so important? Efforts, focus, training the mind is one of the ways that you're able to hit and maintain a goal. Training the mind is one of the ways that you're able to hit and maintain a goal. Do one small task that you've been avoiding. Listen, get your notepad out, right? Hey, Shay, how are you, sweetie? Thank you so much. Right? Get your notepad out. The first thing I said, the number one lie is we don't have enough time. I told you to take a few moments today and write down 2 to 3 things that you actually spend time on that are distractions. What do you actually, thank you so much for the gift. What do you actually spend time on that are distractions? That's number one. Lie number 2, I have to be motivated. No, you don't. Good morning. No, you don't. You don't have to be motivated. You have to have discipline. Why is that a lie? Because motivation is inconsistent. Motivation goes on feelings. I am not a feelings. I am a thinker. I'm a logical person. I look at logic. Logic says that if I continue to do things in such a way that has not yielded results, I need to stop that and move to something else. I need an adjustment. So since I need to be adjusted, I need to have mindset mastery. What does that mean? That means that I'm looking at things from a logic perspective. That means that I am disciplined enough to stay focused. That means I'm focused on my efforts. And in order for me to do that, I have to remain in that same course, in that same line of reasoning, right? So action today, do one small task that you've been avoiding. You got your notepad out? Because we're going to have 5 lies and 5 points to break through. 5 lies and 5 things that's going to help us with those lies. Yes. Action not only creates results. Thank you so much for that, Summer. Action not only creates results. You know what else it does? It builds your confidence. You know what else it does? It helps you to trust the process. You know what else it does? It helps you to appreciate that you're not wasting your time. You know what else it does? It puts you in the feedback loop and you know, okay, this is the feedback. Hey, positive guy 612, this is the feedback that I'm getting. It tells me I'm going in the right place, right? So Summer, don't get me started. I've worked out. I could do this all day, right? So with that being said, and again, guys, thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the gifts. Go today. I'm moving my head out the way so you can see. Go to DanieSheldon.net. Sign up. When you sign up, you get the free newsletter. When you sign up, you get other free resources and other free tips. Go to YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. You want long form content? Follow me there as well. Okay? So with that being said, when we talk about I don't have to be motivated, I have to be motivated to start. Listen, we need to prepare and we need to practice. Good morning, BG Biker. Good morning, Positive Guy 612. Positive Guy is my guy. BG Biker, she's my gal. Ashley, she's been coming in. Thank you so much. Summer, she's been coming in. Thank you guys so much. Let's go. Let's go. It's a terrific Tuesday. Let's go. Right? So, lie number 2, I have to be motivated. Stick to the task even if you don't feel like it. Stick to the task even if we don't feel like it. Yes, thank you for that, Ashley. We may say things. So Ashley brings up a really good point, right? A reason and an excuse are 2 different things. Let me give you the difference. Let me give you the difference. A reason and an excuse are two different things. An excuse is something you control. A reason you cannot. I don't have enough time. Excuse, right? Or a lie. So the action today, do one small task today that you've been avoiding. I keep telling you guys, it doesn't have to be grandiose. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be something that is going to allow you to give yourself a high five. Right? Every kiss begins with K. Thank you for joining. Thank you for liking the live. Right? So that's lie number 2. We talked about lie number 1, guys. I don't have enough time. Yes, you do. Take time to write down 2 things that have been a distraction for you that you're spending your time on. Lie number 2, I have to be motivated to start. That's a lie. Motivation is inconsistent. Logic and discipline remains. Okay? For that action, you're going to write one small task that you've been avoiding. One small task you've been avoiding. Now let's go to lie number 3. I love this one because this is what I thought. Let me shimmy because this is what I thought, right? I need to have everything figured out first. Lie. You do not. You do not. You do not have to have everything figured out first. Why is this a lie? Because overthinking leads to inaction. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Overthinking leads to inaction. And when I do not act, guess what? I don't have clarity. Oh, of course. I'm glad you're here. Every kiss begins with K. Listen, girl, every kiss or guy, every kiss begins with K. I love that, right? Like the commercial, right? So when we overthink, it leads to inaction. Why are we overthinking? Because we're planning. Why are we over planning? Because I don't have confidence in it. Why don't I have confidence? Because I won't start. Why won't I start? Because I haven't made the decision. Why haven't I made the decision? Because I'm right back in the feedback loop of not having enough confidence. Come on. I keep telling you guys, I could do this all day. I worked out. I'm ready for it. Let's go. I'm ready for it. Let's go. That was my number 1 thing. I need to have it. I got to do this and I got to do that and I got to do that. No, ma'am. Get to it. Get to it. Let's go. Hey, Art, how you doing, sweetie? Thank you for joining. This is a terrific Tuesday, Art. We're talking about the top 5 lies. And we're talking about the action we're going to take to come out of the lie. So we're on lie number 3. I need to have everything figured out. Overthinking leads to inaction. Overthinking leads to inaction. Why is that so? Because clarity comes through your action. You have to act. When you act, it's going to build your confidence. It's going to help you to trust the process. And guess what? Here's the beauty of it. I got to lean in on this one. Here's the beauty of it. Even if you don't trust the process when you act, the fact that you are committed to that one act will lead you to the next act, will lead you to the next act. And as long as you continue to be led to the next one act, guess what? You will begin to trust the process. You will begin to remain focused. Your efforts will remain just so that you can hit and maintain the goal. I had to lean in on that one. Okay. You could set a goal without knowing every single step. Baby, listen, when I got on TikTok initially, I'm sorry, what steps? I had to learn. And guess what? Learning came through action. Learning came through action. I had to understand this. I took classes for a life coach. Okay, what do I do next? They don't tell you that. I got my certification in coaching. They don't tell you that. They tell, go out and do it. Okay, I'm doing it. Let me figure it out. And the sooner you understand and realize that let me just take one action, it's going to lead you to the next. You get pumped up. Oh my gosh, I feel so good. Oh my goodness, I feel good, right? You don't have to have everything figured out. Set a goal without knowing every step. My goal was to be on live every morning. My goal at one point was to be on live every evening. You know who I was afraid to do my live in front of? And he was my biggest supporter, my husband. Y'all, I would ask for about a week. I said, can you leave the room, please, so I could get on my live? Now the Joker can't keep me off live. Guys, why do I say this? I say this because as you take a step, clarity will be your friend. Even if you don't have all of the vision, the clarity piece is your friend. The vision gets clearer. The knowledge gets better. Your supporters, and just to be clear, when I say a supporter, I'm saying those who say, who are here now. I'm saying my tribe. I call you guys my gold diggers, GOAL diggers. I call you the gold diggers because you guys are digging for goals and then you can maintain them, right? So when we talk about these 5 lies, they're lies because they are limiting beliefs. We were created in such a way where we can do things that will allow us beyond compare. But we stop ourselves because of what someone said 10 years ago, because of how we looked 3 months ago, because somebody did this six months ago. I don't care. The lie is I need to have everything figured out. I can't tell you how many people start businesses and they don't have anything figured out. So with that being said, the resolution is take a messy, imperfect action. That's the resolution. Start before you're ready. Just start. Take action. Just start. Okay? So that's lie number 3. I need to have everything figured out. That's a lie. I'm telling you, the action is going to be imperfect because you're imperfect. But here's the piece, and I'm going to say this. Okay, Ashley, I'm going to come back to that. Thank you for that comment. I'm going to say this. Your life, the fact of you being here, is it creates. I just want to be clear when I say this. I've said this before. I don't think people really understand this, and I'm going to break it down. The fact that you are here creates the opportunity for 3 things. It creates, just to be clear, it's creating it. You being on the earth is creating the opportunity for 3 things. Number 1, for growth. Why do I say growth? Because the more you're on this earth, the more you're going to learn. And if you're not learning from these life experiences, then baby, we have a challenge. The fact that you are here creates the opportunity for growth, right? That growth is going to take you to purposeful living. What is the purpose of the goal? What is the purpose of this behavior? What is the purpose of this action? Right? That's number 2. Life creates the opportunity for growth, for purposeful living. And then once people see your growth, once they see your purposeful living, guess what happens? It becomes an interchange of encouragement. You are encouraging someone else to continue to grow. You are encouraging someone else to have purpose. You are encouraging someone else to maintain the goal. You are encouraging someone else to stop the excuses. Are you hearing me? Is someone else getting this? Please drop a number 1 in the comments if you are understanding this. If you are understanding this. Right? Thank you, Summer. Thank you, Art. Okay, good. Thank you, Ashley. Right? So with that being said, thank you, BG Biker. I appreciate that. With that being said, that's why these lies to me are just that. They're lies, they're excuses. We can move past that, guys. And so before I get to lie number 4, please take time to go to DeniseSheldon.net, sign up, open an account. I have free resources there. You will get some of those free resources. Yes. Enemies. That is a lie. That is a lie. The lies, the excuses, please, right? So with that being said, we're going to lie number 4. Lie number 4. I'm just not that type of person. Oh, I love this one. That's the way I am. This is who I am, and I'm not changing. I'm just not that type of person. I just told you the fact that you're here creates the opportunity for growth. I just told you the fact that you are here creates, meaning as you go along, you're actually creating your growth. You're creating it. You're creating your reality. The reason this is a lie is because your identity is never fixed. If your identity was fixed, then baby, if you're 40, you still act like you're 17. Your identity is not fixed. I keep telling you guys, I could do this all day. I worked out today. Okay. It is a terrific Tuesday. Okay. So your identity is not fixed. Growth happens when you mind shift. Mind shifting to success. In this channel, I talk about 3 things: mind shifting to success, maintaining your goals so you can have a complete life transformation. When you mind shift, you change your whole life. You rewire your identity. It is not fixed. So, and I talk about this before, I talk about this in class. When we say I am not, what I need you to adjust that to is I am becoming. Why? Becoming literally means transformation. Becoming literally means transformation. Oh, Art. Yes, of course, Art. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for being here. Right? So I'm just not that type of person. That means, and we can't do a quick fix. That means there's no quick fix. That means you have to put in the work. That means that you are literally fixing your identity to remain the same. I refuse to remain the same. Change your statement. I refuse to literally remain the same. Change it from I'm not to I am. I'm becoming. Be, do, have. I'm being this way to do this so I can have it. It is not the opposite. It's not once I have this, then I'll do it. No. If you didn't keep your house clean before, you're not going to keep it clean in a mansion. If you didn't pay your bills before, when you get $1 million, you're not going to pay your bills. If you didn't work out before, well, guess what? You're not going to work out now because no, you have to become, transform. You are being. And as you're being, you're actually doing it. Remember, everything that you've done has led you up to this point. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying you're here. You're looking for a life adjustment. You're looking for another experience. So if you're looking for another experience, that means we have to be, do, have. We have to become. So stating I'm not that type of person is a statement that keeps us in a fixed mindset. And if it keeps us in a fixed mindset, then we're not growing. And I just told you in my statement, you are actually creating growth, purposeful living, and an interchange of encouragement. The fact that you're here creates the opportunity for growth. Right? All right. So that's lie number 4. The action for that is to write down. Let me tell you the action. Write down one limiting belief and reframe it. Write down one limiting belief and reframe it. Let's reframe it. So instead of saying, I'm not disciplined, I'm learning to be disciplined. This is how I am. I am becoming a new person, right? We are adjusting our mindset. Let's go to lie number 5. Before I get to lie number 5, did you guys go and get your newsletter? Did you sign up on DanisSheldon.net? And to be clear, the newsletter is free, guys. This is not, I just came out with February last Friday. So go create an account, sign up, right? If you sign up, once you sign up, you have access to the newsletter inside the site. You download it. It's for free. It's for free. If you just want to give me your email address, by all means, DM me. I will put you in the system and I will send you the link so you can sign up yourself. Okay? It's a free newsletter, guys. I'm not charging for newsletters. I'm not charging for this information. It absolutely is free. And you'll see on the side, I have YouTube, DanisSheldon.net. All of those things are free. If you want more long-term content, please, by all means, I'll be putting more on my website as well as YouTube, mainly on my website, okay? And it will be free. All right. The master classes are not free, but the tips and tricks like we're talking today, these are free. Newsletter, free. All those things are free. Okay. Lie number 5. Are we ready for lie number 5? And I talked about this a little earlier. I think Ashley was on here. She talked about this earlier as well. And we had a very good conversation. Lie number 5. I'll start when I feel ready. That just took me out. Look, baby, you're not going to ever feel ready. You're going to stay comfortable. You're going to stay in your snuggly, in your Gap t-shirt, sitting on the couch watching Netflix. You are never going to feel ready. Readiness comes after you start. Readiness comes after you start. Why does it come after you start? Because when you put in that little bit of effort for whatever it is you're trying to do, your focus, you put in a little bit of effort and you hit the incremental steps. I like to call them baby steps, incremental steps, atomic steps. When you put that in, guess what happens? You get excited because you did something that you were not typically doing. So now I'm excited. Why am I excited? Because, baby, I hit a small goal. I hit a small goal. Why do I feel good about hitting that goal? Because that gives me the fuel to hit the next goal. That gives me the fuel to hit the next goal. Let your commitment be known. Yeah, it makes you feel good. Hey, Jillian, thank you for joining, right? It makes you feel good. Let people know it. And you know what the beauty of this is? If you let other people know, listen, this is my commitment. This is what I'm doing. One or two things are going to happen. I've experienced this all through life. One or two things are going to happen. Either they're going to cheer you on or they're going to move to the side and let you go. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal. The deeper reason why is going to come out. The more you remain committed, the more you look at things from a perspective of, I'm actually doing it. I may not be ready, but I'm doing it. Like I said earlier, it builds the commitment. It builds discipline. You begin to remove emotion. You begin to look at logic. You begin to pay attention to actions versus words. I'm batting my eyes for the people in the back. You begin to look at action versus words. Why is that so important? Because you not only look at your action and you're being present, you're being in the moment, you begin to look at other people's action too. That doesn't mean you rip them up. It just means that you begin to see and understand exactly who is in your tribe. That's it. You begin to see and understand who's in your tribe. What things you need to do in order to move forward. How you can move forward. Keep in mind, these things don't happen overnight. And since they don't happen overnight, it takes time. And why does it take time? Because not everybody has discernment off the bat. Not everybody has discernment off the bat. So like I said in the beginning, the truth is you don't need motivation. You don't need more time. You don't need more money. You don't. We just talked about 5 lies that did not require any of those things. And I'm going to give you the 5 lies, and I'm going to give you the action today to take. Number 1, I don't have enough time. The action was take 5 minutes and write down 2 or 3 things that you spend your time on that's a distraction. Number 2, I have to be motivated to start. A lie. Motivation is inconsistent. We like discipline. Do one small task that you've been avoiding. Do one small task that you've been avoiding. Do it today. Today is Terrific Tuesday. Do it today. Number 3, I have to have everything figured out. Lie. That's a lie. The reason it's a lie is because overthinking leads to inaction. If you're overthinking, you're inacting. If you're inacting, you haven't made a move. And if you haven't made a move, you'll never build your confidence. You'll never trust the process. And if you don't trust the process, you won't have clarity. And if you don't have clarity, you can't see the bigger vision. If you can't see the bigger vision, you won't continue on. And it keeps you in the loop. I keep telling you, life gives you feedback. Life gives you feedback. And when it gives you that feedback, you know exactly which way to turn for the next move, even if you can't see the whole picture. Okay, that's lie number 3. Lie number 4. For lie number 3, the action is focus on progress, not perfection. Right? Start it. You don't have to be ready. Start it. Lie number 4, I'm just not that type of person. The reason it's a lie is because I told you before, just you being here creates the opportunity for growth. Just you being here creates the opportunity for growth. If you are 40 and you act like you're 17, well, you're not growing. If you're 50 acting like you're 25, well, you're not growing. You create the opportunity for growth. Let me see. I blame things on being perfectionist and stuff. You can't be perfect. We're imperfect. That'll never happen, Ashley. Never going to happen, Ashley. We're in an imperfect system. We're in an imperfect world. We are imperfect. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. It just does not. So with that being said, if you adjust to a growth mindset, that means that you are clearly identifying your limiting beliefs. And when you begin to identify them, you are reframing, reshaping. Okay? And lie number 5, I'll start when I feel ready. Baby, you will never feel ready. Readiness comes after you start. So what are the action? Make a commitment. Make a commitment. What are you committed to today? What are you committing to today? Also, for lie number 4, write down one limiting belief and reframe it. Yes, baby steps. We are moving and grooving. Yes, Jillian, yes, baby steps. So with that being said, guys, I always say I'm going to be here till 9 and I always go over. With that being said, if you want to break free from the lies, follow me for more tips and tricks. You want a proven system? Follow me for more tips and tricks. The website is here. Get your February newsletter. In the February newsletter, we're talking about mind overload. We're literally talking about this. Actually, this is some of what we're talking about. We're talking about mind overload. Why are we talking about mind overload? Because we have so many things going on, and I thought it was a good subject. And here's why. Because we are on autopilot often. And the fact that we're on autopilot most of the time means that we're really not enjoying life. And if we're really not enjoying life, that means that we're not comprehending the experience that we're having. And if we're not comprehending the experience that we're having, then guess what? We really can't say, yeah, the hamster wheel. We really can't say that we're enjoying it. We can't. We can't say we're enjoying life. The Gold Digger newsletter. We're literally talking about, and I'm going to give you the name of it in a moment. Why your brain is on overload, practical tips to thrive beyond your limits. That's the newsletter. I'm always talking about thriving in 25. Go to DanisSheldon.net, log into the account, get your free newsletter. When you get that newsletter, I promise you there's going to be something there that you're going to say, whoa, she pinpointed this. But here's the beauty of it. Can I just say this real quick? The beauty of the newsletter is it's going to give you free tips and tricks. And as you actually go through it, it's something called cognitive load management. Cognitive load management. It is explained in February's newsletter. Log on to DanisSheldon.net. Get your free newsletter. You can look at January as well. Get it. Dissect it, go through it. There are 2 things I want you to think about: fixed decisions and dynamic decisions. That's what's in the newsletter. That's a teaser so you can see it. If you have cognitive load management, it's in the mind, you're going to love it. All right, guys, it is 9:08. I have to drop, but thank you all so much for being here. Again, I'll be back on tomorrow. Please, please, please. We don't know what's going to happen with TikTok, but please follow me on YouTube. Go to DanisSheldon.net. Create your account. Now, if I come here tomorrow, Ashley, and you say I did not create the account, me and you going to talk through TikTok. Me and you going to talk through Summer. If you say I didn't create the account, we're going to talk through TikTok. Okay? Jillian, we're going to talk through TikTok. Okay, Ashley. All right. So you guys have a terrific Tuesday. Yesterday was Motivational Monday. Go there. Get your free newsletter. If you want to DM me personally, by all means, do so. Thank you guys so much. Continue on your terrific Tuesday. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.